All right, friends, it's about 20 minutes after 4 on this Saturday, March the 6th, 2021. Thank you for being a part of the program today. Wanted to take advantage of the weekend here to take a look ahead. Climatological Spring, for those that are counting, by the way, just a couple weeks away. About 2 weeks from now, I should say, Astronomical Spring begins. That's going to make a lot of people happy, I think. During this update, taking a look around, we've got some snow falling here in western New York, lake effect variety. Discussing what's happening now in New York State, the Northeast, where locally we are looking at wind chill values right now below zero. So it's quite cold, if you will. But that's not the case across the central U.S., tracking rapid warming. And discussing where temperatures are approaching 70 now, and how long before we see significant warmth returning to the Northeast. And the big question is winter finished? So we're going to get to all of that coming up in a couple of moments. Here's a look outside. Well, I thought we were going to take a look outside. We'll have to get the outside camera fixed. Let's see. It should be up and running. Where are you at? There it is. Never mind, we're back. See, those flakes are flying. National Weather Service still calling for a little bit of snowfall across portions of New York State. So taking a look at the current conditions here in a couple of moments. In the meantime, if you guys don't mind, a quick like and share of the program. As always, it is very much appreciated as we get the word out. We've got Don Luzecki and Robin Kuhlman, two of my favorites in the house today. Joanne Fahey as well. Good to see you guys. How's your weekend going? Dave Harper, Nancy Wimmett on here as we get started. And James Perry, the professor, is in the house. All right, let's get you started. Obviously cold, blustery, snowy, no sign of spring in Port Bay, New York. You can see the ice shelf has broken up a little bit, though, thanks in part to some warmth we had a few days ago and all the wind. That wind helping to move the ice around a little bit. All right, getting up to date on the radar. This is it's about 4:22, so we're looking to make this about a 15 to 20 minute update here. So not too much time, but here's a look at the current conditions. These are actual wind chill values. The wind chill in Rochester at 16 degrees. Wind chill values dropping down into the single digits across much of the North Country, the Adirondacks, Albany. I feel like temperature of 8. And we do have the snow showers that are flying around the area as well. I don't think it's going to add up to a lot. Downwind of Lake Erie, again, still open for business. It never froze over this year. A couple inches, maybe. Maybe an inch or two downwind of Lake Ontario as well. Overall, not a big deal. We take a look at the larger perspective, though, and you'll notice all the warming that's occurring across the central United States right now. These are wind chills, so let's go right on over to air temperatures. Look at that. Eat your heart out, New York. My friends back in Kansas and Nebraska, 60s and 70s. Right now, my old stomping grounds, Topeka, Kansas, temperatures at 68. Manhattan, Kansas, 70. It's 72 for Grand Island. It's 73. Look at this. This is that area, Valentine, Nebraska. This is that same area that high temperatures didn't get above 0 for a few days last month. And now they're experiencing 70s. Oh, so nice. Somebody's prayers are being answered. If you live in New York State, I'm sorry, it's not yours. I'm being rude. I'm with you, though. I'm with you. I'm ready for spring. So taking a look in this outlook, what we can expect as far as the potential of spring arriving. You can't have spring, though, when you've got an upper level, like a pattern like this. You got this really, really cold pocket of air aloft. Big upper low continues to spin across the northeast in New York State. That's associated with that upper low. All right, looking at this, and let me ask, because we've got a new piece of equipment. I'm actually debuting a microphone today. Let me know how it sounds. How's the audio quality today? I'm hoping it's better than normal. That would at least justify the expense in this microphone that I have here. But let me know how it sounds. We're always trying to improve our product. And so audio quality is obviously a big deal. Let me know what you guys think about that. So the cold is over the northeast. No doubt about it. It's locked in. That's just the way it's going to be. As we take a look at the surface map here together real quick, you got a warm front located across the central United States right now. That warm front, you can see it parked right here, and that's an association with those temperatures so spring-like. And then there's another cold front out west. In the meantime, that warmth is going to move in our direction. I say ours. I'm talking about the Great Lakes. I'm talking about the Northeast, the Ohio River Valley. All this beginning to move in. You can see temperatures significantly warmer behind the front. You head on into the Northeast, though. Again, it's cold. Snow showers, those northeasterly winds continue to blow. Let's take a look at the jet stream pattern here. Jet stream wind showing that big trough of low pressure across the eastern part of the continent right now. And you've also got a trough of low pressure over the Bay of Alaska. In the meantime, in the middle, you got this ridging that's occurring. And it's almost forming what I would call an omega high, almost like an omega block. It's not quite. But you'll also notice two distinct branches of the jet stream. There's the northern, and here's the southern. So the jet stream has decoupled, we call it. It's a sign of warmer air arriving across the mid-continent. And yes, it's arriving in conjunction with the higher sun angle, the longer days. Spring is going to win. It's just the question is how long. So good ridging. Let's check back. How's the audio doing? Loud and very clear. It's clean, says Jim Perry. Thank you, Jim. Sound is good, says Dave Harper. Nancy agrees, and so does Barbara. Wonderful. And Joanne's on here also talking. The audio's good. I appreciate that. You guys, if you're regular to the channel, I don't have to ask you to subscribe. If you're new, hit the subscription bell if you don't mind. Also, make sure you get notified that way as well. All right, let's talk about what's happening across the Northeast. And let's talk about the snow that's occurring, how long it's going to be sticking around. It's not going to stick around too long. It's been a cold few days, but we are going to see some improvements here over the next couple of days ahead, I'm happy to say. Again, radar showing you where we've got the warmth across the central U.S. We also have some rain for parts of Florida. Wouldn't that be nice? We'll take some rain at 70 for Miami, 72 Pensacola, but up here, New York State, winter still firmly in control, an air temperature of 27, snow showers downwind of both Lake Ontario and also Lake Erie. Let's go into the future. And here we are with your Futurecast model. This is the NAM I'm using here. That's the North American model for those that are counting. And it shows the snow showers continuing in earnest this evening. Some pretty good snow showers as we take a look out. Well, looks like the snow is beginning to pick up behind me a little bit too. I'll take another look outside in a moment. But you can see those snow showers picking up in earnest this evening, and then just gradually they just kind of fade away through the day tomorrow. I think you're going to have a little bit of uplift or elevational snow into the southern tier, and then further south into the Catskills overnight tonight into the day tomorrow. Not a real big deal. Let's move on over here to our 4-panel plot while I pull up the new model data for you. It is 429. Taking a look and asking the question. We're begging the question here, is winter finished? Obviously, it's not finished quite yet for the Northeast. It's not finished quite yet for New York. Great Lakes still pretty cold, but the warming is coming. So diving into that question here in just a moment. Let me get the next set of weather models ready to go for you. And I'm pulling up the new run of the NAM today. And here it is. So the NAM as of earlier. And you can see that wind blowing across the bay right now. We were struggling this week. We lost power a couple of times. And we were struggling to heat this place, man. That wind just rips across the lake. But I'm happy to say things are nice, a lot warmer now, although it's still very blustery and cold outside, as you can imagine. All right, let's take a look at the GFS. Then we're going to take a look at the National Weather Service forecast, and we'll look out with what the data is showing for the remainder of the month of March as we approach the spring solstice here in 2 weeks. All right, high pressure remains in control. We'll shut off the snow tonight, ending as a few flurries tomorrow. You'll see a quick hitting little front across this is actually associated with that warm front that's parked across the plains right now. That lifts into parts of New England, interior portions of New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. This is late Monday, Tuesday. And then that significant warming occurs all across the eastern U.S. New front, though, erupts. That's the boundary between the cold air and the more spring-like conditions. And we're getting into spring weather season, by the way. Spring weather, we're talking about severe weather season. For many, typically begins in March. And that's, of course, across the southern U.S. We could have some very active weather here by late in the week. Frontal boundary stalls out. That could mean multiple days of rain across the Northeast, parts of the Ohio River Valley where they don't need more rain. And then we'll watch that low as it tracks towards the Northeast here by next weekend. In the meantime, I think we are looking at some pretty significant warming. That'll be nice. All right, let's come back over to our 4-panel plot. I'll load the next slide. We'll take a look at the European model right now. And you can see that snow picking up behind me now. It's pretty, but I'm done. Old man winter has beaten me down this year. I'm done. I never thought I'd say that, but it's happened. Most of you guys know I'm a fan of snow. But this cold is killing me. The wind is killing me. I'm done. I want to move on with my life now. I'm sure most of you up here in New York State agree. All right, here's the Euro. Again, warm frontal system passing by late Monday, Tuesday. Not a lot of precipitation with it, but significant warmth expected. Here comes the rain across the plains, Great Lakes here Wednesday, Thursday, and then Thursday, Friday. And then on the other side, we'll see some colder temperatures for the weekend and maybe another wave of some snow showers off of the lakes by Saturday. Don't kill me. I'm just a messenger. Here's a look at your National Weather Service forecast. The next 5 days ahead, we'll walk you through it. And then we'll look out for the remainder of the month. Answer the question, is winter done? All right, so this is, we're going to have to loop through one more time. This is valid, actually, Wednesday. Let me go back in time. All right, move along now. Here we go. This is now. You see the warm front across the plains. You see the rain across Florida. The snow showers in the northeast. This is tomorrow morning. High pressure moves all across the eastern U.S. Lake effect snow showers come to an end during the day tomorrow. That warming continues across the plains tomorrow evening. This is Monday morning. Warm front lifting towards the northeast. Cold front sagging south across the upper Midwest and plains. High pressure anchors itself across the southeastern U.S. That significant warming pattern continues all across the central U.S. Central U.S., you're talking 70s and 80s this week, friends. 80s widespread for Texas and the southern plains. This is going to be very, very nice. There's that front as it gets going here by Wednesday. By Wednesday, we're starting to look at some pretty significant changes. To our pattern, I'm seeing significant changes behind me right now. Let's take a look at that bay. Boy, it's nasty outside. Very, very wintry. All right, we've got Mike on here. I agree with you with the cold. Had enough, man. I'm just done, and I'm not typically done. I'm not. But this winter on the lake, it's a big difference. It's a big difference being on this lake and whether you're a few miles inland. Don Luzecki knows because he's on the lake with me. Donnie, good to have you on here. Audio perfect. Awesome, man. I'm glad you approve. All right, so we obviously have some warming coming. I'm going to talk specifically in this segment about the warmth. We'll start with the central U.S. and then we'll go on into the northeast. Central U.S. So let's go eastern U.S. in this map here. We're going to take a look at these temperatures as we head on into next few days ahead. And it is going to warm significantly, I'm happy to say, for a lot of people. So here's the European model. Let's talk about the good news. This is going to bring a smile to a lot of people's faces here. So these are high temperatures tomorrow. It's not warming up in the northeast tomorrow. But look across the central U.S. 70s across the plains. You've got 60s from the middle Mississippi River Valley all the way down to the Gulf Coast tomorrow. Let's move on into Monday. Look at the warmth as it expands. You enter your thaw, by the way, western New York. The thaw begins Monday. And then look at that. 50s. New York, it's coming. Tuesday. Ohio Valley. Central, western Great Lakes, widespread 60s. 70s across the plains. Oh, this is going to be nice. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Wednesday in New York State. 50s and 60s widespread. And take a look at those temperatures. I'm going to go move into, see if we can't get into south central U.S. Take a look at these temperatures. Oh, are you kidding me? This is Wednesday. Lone Star State, 70s and 80s. Look at those 80s. Even could extend as far north as Wichita, Kansas. And what is that? Are you kidding me? Is that a 90 on the map there? Is that the Guadalupe Mountains? I don't know the name of that town. It's south of Sweetwater, Midland, Texas. West Texas could experience 90? Are you kidding me? This is Wednesday. And here we go again. Thursday. Wow. How nice is that? Who else is? And keep in mind, Wednesday, the state of Texas opens up its business economy. They're going mask free. That's personal choice. Who's up for a road trip to Texas this week? Just go down there. Get out of this cold. That's going to be so nice. All right, back to the rest of the eastern U.S. Again, Texas could be looking at 80. They are looking at 80s, but could they touch 90? And then, unfortunately, for the Northeast, the cold comes back over the weekend. It's not terrible cold. It's not as bad as now, but highs on Sunday may not escape the 20s. Okay? So that's kind of the near term. Let's see who we have. There's Joanne. Says only a few scattered flakes in her backyard. Robin on here would love to do a road trip to Texas. Let's go, Robin. Texas. Jealous. Man, it's going to be so nice. That's a heck of a road trip, by the way. I used to live in Abilene. Lived out there for a couple of years doing morning weather primarily for the NBC station dual market, Abilene and San Angelo. But that drive from Abilene to my hometown in southern Indiana, that was 14 hours, a long haul. So I could imagine you're going to have to add another 9 hours up here into New York. So that's almost 24 hours of driving. It depends on what part of Texas you're going to. But if you're out west where it's going to be 80s to near 90, there you go. We could only dream. All right, so what are the models saying about the extended? Let's go into your extended period here. Is winter done after this? Again, next weekend, you'll see another short cool down for New York. Brief blast of cold next weekend. All right, let's jump in here. All right, here's your extended, and we're going to talk about the National Weather Service, their predictions as well. Your spring outlook. Is winter done? Boy, there's a lot of people praying that winter is done. European ensemble model showing that we'll have to watch once we get into, so this is next weekend you're looking at, and I'm just going to spend a moment on this data. Euro model is showing a storm that we'll need to watch right around the end of next weekend and the first part of the following week, around the 15th. Monday the 15th, that could be all modes of precipitation. That will likely be followed by a shot of some colder air. I hate to say it, but it probably will. But with that being said, we've got more warmth than not, so it should not be a surprise that the Climate Prediction Center has the eastern U.S. in a 6 to 10 day of warmth. It's got the cold out west where it's kind of locked in for parts of the southwest. That's your 6 to 10 day forecast. Here's your 8 to 14 temperature anomalies. It goes back cold, below average for most of the U.S. 8 to 14, so that's going to run right on into spring. Let's see what the data says. And we're going to go into European model here, and I'm looking at temperature anomalies. All right, we'll just use... All right, we'll use these anomalies here. So here we are. This is tomorrow. Look at the warmth moving into the northeast here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next weekend, it cools back down. Sunday, temperatures well below normal again. And it shows the cool weather kind of sticking around. A little wave of warmth maybe around the 21st. That's the first day of spring. And then it looks pretty neutral beyond that. So the cold for right around springtime, but it moderates. And keep in mind your averages are going up. So overall, this could be a positive trend. I want to take a look at the continental view, and then we'll answer any questions. Continental view. Let's take a look at these anomalies here in time. So looking at the continental view, as we head towards the first First week of spring, around the 21st, it shows trough out west. Pretty flat jet stream elsewhere. A little bit of ridging on the Atlantic, which could signify warmth for the eastern U.S., cool weather for the west. And then it shows that warmth really building into the eastern half of the continent as we head towards April. Keep in mind, this is 3 weeks out, so take it for what it is. All right, with that, let's take a look outside and let's see who we have, and we'll answer any questions. We'll wrap this one up. I did go longer than I wanted to. Wait, what time did I get on? 4:20? No, I'm just a little bit over. I'm not terribly over. Joanne on here shared this update. Can't wait for Wednesday to get here. Joanne, awesome, and thank you for the share. Anybody else like to share? Feel free. I won't stop you. Mike on here, is there any storms in the long range? Looking at Mike, it looks like on the ensembles, it's next Sunday, Monday. So we're talking about days 8, 9. We'll look out about a little more than a week from now. Could be a significant low. The track is just very difficult to predict, but across the eastern U.S., I think it's going to be rain, followed by a shot of cold air, some lake effect snow behind it. But we'll have time to watch that. I also think that parts of the central and southern U.S. could be seeing severe weather by late this week, Thursday, Friday. So I'll be reporting more on that in time. In the meantime, if you guys don't mind a quick like and share of the program, as always, it's appreciated. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and hit the notification bell so you'll have more of these live updates. This is my primary weather channel, where we'll be covering more and more in the way of spring weather once we get there. So anyway, appreciate you guys being here. Is winter done? Not completely. I think it's done for the central, southern U.S. It's done there. But as far as the Northeast, Great Lakes, Northern Tier, not done, as you would expect. Not done. Shots of cold. You can't rule out the potential of a late season system snow here in western and upstate New York. But we don't have it on our radar right now. But what we do have outside, some pretty hefty snow showers coming off of Lake Ontario. So there you have it. Guys, thank you for being here. Again, if you don't mind a quick like and share the program, as always, it's appreciated. I'm going to leave you guys with this little jingle here. And then Lisa and I will be back with a news, weather, and politics update. That's tomorrow night, Weather Live at 8:45, both Facebook and also through our Patreon. If you're not already a patron, feel free to come on over. We'd love to have you. That's patreon.com/WX Live. Thanks for being here, guys. We will talk to you soon.